Hi, everyday mamas. My name's Kate Rossing. I'm going to be doing a home tour for you today. So, welcome to Wisconsin. It's very cold here today, but I wanted to start outside and show you our entryway. My husband and I have lived here for 4 years. We built it new in 2016. At that time, we had 2 kids. And since then, we've had a third, and we built the house to have plenty of room to grow. I also am an interior designer. I have my own freelance interior design company called Kate Rossing Design, so you can check that out. When you come inside the house, the first thing that you see is this beautiful staircase. It's one of my favorite things in the house. And then this is just our little sort of entryway here. This coat rack is from Belgium. I found it on Etsy, but it's special because I have Belgian heritage, and we spent our honeymoon in Bruges, Belgium. So special place for us. And then you see the image of Jesus and Our Lady. Our faith is so important to us, and so it's really fitting that the first thing that people see when they enter our house is just where our hearts are. And along the same lines, we have our wedding photos on the stairs, and it's a good reminder for us that this is where it all started, and that this home and all we have is built upon the foundation of our marriage. So yeah, let's see, what can I show you? So when you then first come in, there's just a little kind of spot here to lay stuff. This door goes down to our basement, and that is where my husband has the kids cordoned off right now so I can film this. Let me take you, so right off of the entryway is a playroom, and we'll maybe come back to that in a second. I want to show you, this is our living room, also our family room. So we have this beautiful built-in here, which was one of the things we were most excited about when we were building the house, and this beautiful brick fireplace, which is wood burning. That was one thing that my husband wanted. It was one way that we could bring, elements of an older home into a new build. So there are definitely days where I would like to flip on the fire, but it's nice to have the wood. So what else can I tell you about? You might notice we do not have a coffee table. We've tried it, but my kids have just proven time and time again that they cannot handle a coffee table. You can see this is real life. There was a diaper change that happened right here. And so we have these little poofs for now, and they work really well. So the kids still jump on them, and I'm constantly telling them to stop. But at least if they ignore me, they're not going to get hurt too badly. But since we're here, I will take you into the playroom. When we built the house, we planned to have this space as a play space for the kids. They call it like a flex room when you're building, and eventually it won't be a playroom anymore. But our kids are so little that we wanted to have a space that was open, dedicated just to them, a place where we could see them from anywhere in the house. So I've just got things hanging down low so they can reach them, and that's why the mirror's hung low, so my daughter can look at herself in the mirror. I love vintage landscapes, so definitely if you've got a playroom for your kids, put some things in there that you like too. I think vintage landscapes, they add whimsy and class at the same time. I don't know how they do it, but they just do. The other kind of cool piece in this room is this, we call it the bird chair, for a lot of reasons. 1, because there's birds on it. 2, because this is where our bird feeder is, and the kids and I love to watch the birds. Well, their dad is definitely more the bird watcher. He's teaching them all the different species. So Little wooden kitchen. I definitely wanted a neutral base in here. I didn't want it too busy with a bunch of plastic crazy kids' toys to look at. Those are all relegated to the basement, where I don't care how it looks. All right, so moving on, I want to show you this dresser. I got this for $125 at St. Vincent de Paul, and originally I was going to put it in our guest room, but it was so pretty that I put it behind the couch to serve as kind of a sofa table, and I'm glad that I get to look at it every day. It's so beautiful. And let's see, so in here we keep just games, board games, and cars, blocks, magnetiles. So it's a good way to keep things hidden in plain sight. And so this then is our kitchen. It's all open concept. Again, that was designed with the kids in mind, but I think open concept is popular these days, whether you've got kids or not, because it's also really good for entertaining. So we have this big island, just kind of a classic white kitchen. We haven't done a lot in here yet. I'd still like to switch out these bar stools for something else. I keep a lot of my work stuff. So that's kind of my little spot. Let's see, more. That is all vintage. Nothing up there is new. Absolutely. Well, wait a minute. Those ferns are new. They're not real. They're new. Thank you, Joanna Gaines, for those ferns from Target. Yeah. So you can see we're real. We've got dishes in the sink. This is how things look on a real day. Our dining room. This is our dining room. I have more I'd like to do in here. I would like to do some other kind of window treatment or something, but that's down the road. Again, this was a secondhand find. I'm not exactly sure how old it is, but I was up in Door County and found this up there. And so we bought it and stored it at my parents until my dad could load it in his truck and bring it down to us. But the moment I saw it, I fell in love with it. I'm so glad it fits on this wall. It's a little tight over in that corner, but I don't care. I love it. So, and if you can't tell already, I collect blue and white. These are some old pen and ink drawings that came from my husband's house. They belong to his grandfather. Okay, so I take you back to our mud room. And this space, it's functional for now. It leaves a lot to be desired for me. When we built the house, we were gonna put built-in lockers and cubbies, the whole thing that you see on every dream mud room on Pinterest and Instagram, but we just couldn't do it. We had to cut it out to leave space in the budget for other things. So here we go upstairs. This is a wedding portrait that my mother-in-law did for us. So that's nice to see as we come up the stairs. This is just a little nook. It ends up being kind of a dumping ground right now. I've had it decorated before, and then I ended up moving things all around. I think there's some pictures on my Instagram of when I had it decorated all nice. And then I'll bring it into the nursery. This is where our 2-year-old sleeps. In here, I really like this room. So it's nice to be in here. I just think it's sweet. It's feminine, but it's not super overdone. I made these garlands. That's very easy. It's just strips of fabric. You just pick out a couple fabrics you like, cut them into well, I just cut little bits, tore them into 1-inch strips, and tied them around there, and it turned out really cute. What else? This is a mobile. I used to knit before I had 3 kids. So when I was pregnant with my second, I made that for his nursery, and now it hangs in here. I don't have time to knit very much anymore. And then, so more vintage prints, these floral prints. I bought the 2 oval ones first at a local thrift store here. Same as DePaul again. And then when I was up in Door County, I found the one in the middle, the large one, and thought, oh, that'll be perfect. They'll match. It'll be great. So I've set up this little sort of reading nook space for my daughter. She loves to sit in her rocking chair. That was also bought secondhand. It was at like an antique sale. This is the big kids room. This is where my 6-year-old sleeps, and this is where my 4-year-old sleeps. Bedrooms are in flux right now for us, so instead of kind of doing girl theme, boy theme, or anything, the theme is just kids room. And then I took the closet doors. We had sliding closet doors, and I just took them off. The kids were sliding them back and forth and slamming them and slamming fingers. This is just a lot easier. We can use the shelving for them to access their books, and they can get into the whole closet at once, and they can pick their clothes. I like that. This is the master bedroom. We've lived here 4 years, and it was only about 4 months ago that we got a ceiling fixture. But I really like it. What can I tell you about this space? Well, our dressers are thrifted. So we've got 2 dressers that we're using as nightstands. Both were thrifted. This dresser first, and we had this in our old house, and it was chalk painted white. And then when I decided we were gonna have matching black ones, my husband stripped it for me, which is very difficult to strip chalk paint. But he did it. He stripped it, and we painted it then with black water-based latex paint. And I like that a lot more for refinishing furniture than chalk paint. It just gives you a smoother finish. And then that mirror I found at an antique store up in Sturgeon Bay when I was visiting my parents. I love thrifting and antiquing in Door County. I find so many things. This bed, a 4-poster bed from Ethan Allen, I just felt like we needed something a little bit grand in this space. So, but I also wanted it to be simple. So, 4-poster bed it was. This is a little secondhand antique table that, well, I asked for it from my mom, but it was at my mom's house, and she does a lot of thrifting and antiquing too, and she finds good stuff, and so sometimes she's nice enough to just give me what she finds if I have a place for it. So it's been nice. I've used that to sit and write and work sometimes. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions, you should check me out on my Instagram. You can send me a message or go to my website. It's just katerossingdesign.com, and you can contact me there too. Yeah, thanks.